Welcome back aboard the home of Hype Train FC into yet another edition of Cup competition highlights, with the squad travelling to the Bracknell area on February 22nd to take on AFC Winkfield in the EBFL League Cup, the cup competition that features teams from all three East Berkshire Football League divisions.
So today we're going to start with a back four of myself, Alex, Martin and Roddy. Obviously Jack's in goal. We're going to start Juan in DM, Carty going to start on the left, Elliot and Chrissy in midfield, John on the right and Hads up top. We've obviously got some good versatility on the bench, so Clayton and I can fit you into one of these positions. Sammy and Joe on the wings are in the midfield as well.
With the team playing in our navy blue and gold home strip, hit that subscribe button and let us know in the comments how you thought we got on as we competed in harsh winds in the southeast of England. Early into the game, and a big opportunity for Winkfield to take the lead after we're unable to clear a ball in over the top, bobbles over between Robert Austin and Alex O'Keefe, one of the forwards not picking up the ball. The number 18 finds an advantageous chance to cross the ball into the box, with the ball trickling back, with one of their forwards being able to trickle over the line for the first goal of the afternoon. Midway through the first half, we have a set-piece opportunity with Rod Stevens stood over a corner. On the windy day, the ball comes whipping in and it keeps flying and flying and flying. It bounces off the floor and straight into the back of the net for our equalising goal, which is Rod's first goal for the club. Back on level terms, Alex O'Keefe collects a throw-in on the left-hand side with the club captain able to pick out a pass. He decides to go for a cross into the box, but it falls to a Winkfield defender who's able to clear. It falls out to myself, Robert Austin, who takes one touch before delivering a cross at the back post. Chris Marshall's header unfortunately goes over the bar and out agonisingly, with the score still at 1-0. There's a sustained period in the first half when we're able to play out from the back, with Winkfield not really putting any pressure on our defensive unit. The number 10 though robs the ball on one occasion and frees number 7, who's got a lot of time and space on the ball, and he actually does really well to hold up the play here, evading some of the tackles from our midfielders. He's finally able to set another player into motion whilst he gets into space again and collects the ball. We attempt to tackle him, but the ball falls out advantageously for him, with a shot looping over Jack Roche, but the goalkeeper's able to parry and collect a shot. Rod, with the strike ball in his hand, is able to pick out Elliot Simpson down the right hand channel, with Elliot teeing back to Rod. Rod picks the ball up and he looks up and finds Martin King, who delivers a first time cross into the box, with Winkfield's two centre backs clearing the ball well. The ball falls out to Chris, who takes a shot, and it's well blocked by the Winkfield defenders to keep the score level going into half time. Into the second half, Rod Stevens has the ball at his feet from a set piece opportunity and he whips in a low ball. The ball trickles off a couple of defenders before scrumming through to the goalkeeper, who makes a good save before Chris Marshall's follow up header is saved again by the keeper. We have another set piece, this time from the halfway line, with Robert Austin delivering a ball into the back post. Sam Padden is beaten in the air, but Elliot Simpson's the first on show to command the ball. He looks down the line and he decides to take on his man, but there's one too many Winkfield players as they collect the ball after crowding out Elliot. They look up and try to clear the ball, but it falls straight out to Rod Stevens, who takes a speculative shot from range, with the ball fortunately for Winkfield going slightly over the bar. John Watkins has run himself into the ground and loves the idea about being substituted for Sammy Seville as we look for our winning goal. There's a set piece for Winkfield as they look up the pitch, but the ball falls straight out to Chris Marshall, who takes an excellent touch before feeding the ball into Sam Padden's chest. Padden takes one touch before turning around and delivering an amazing shot into the top corner for our second goal of the day. Shortly after Sam Padden's wonder goal, Alex O'Keefe finds himself clearing the ball with his weaker left foot, with the ball falling out to Winkfield, who do well to win the first ball. Chris Marshall's pass is unfortunately undercooked as Winkfield look to win the ball back again, and just as they look like they've got the ball under control, they look up, but Sam Seville's onto a loose pass and he starts driving into the heart of their defence. He gets onto his left hand side, but unfortunately the shot is saved well by the keeper. Clayton Holloway does really well to find space in midfield, collecting a Rod Stevens throw-in, getting the ball down and playing in little Sammy. Sammy does brilliantly to jinx past a couple of players, who then delivers a back post cross that's cleared by Winkfield. Pads chests it down and his shot's blocked well by a Winkfield player. As they decide to clear their lines a second time, the ball scoops up in the air and myself, Robert Austin, takes a speculative shot. The shot's awful as it trickles through to Pads, who wasn't expecting my shot. Switching to our sideline camera, Winkfield have an opportunity to play it long, and their number 18 finds himself through at goal. Alex O'Keefe has a lot of ground to make up as the number 18 takes a wayward touch, with Alex O'Keefe doing really well to recover the ball. From the resulting corner, Winkfield want to whip the ball in with a left footer and it goes straight to the back post, with Winkfield winning the ball. But little Sammy's at hand to clear the ball to keep the score at 2-1. The wind is starting to become a bit of a problem for Winkfield in the second half as they start to get deeper and deeper because they can't clear their lines. The ball falls out to Juan Clemente, who plays it to Sammy. Sammy plays a return ball, but Martin King's at hand to clear his lines, with Joe Sawyer and Sam Padden doing the high press. Winkfield attempt to clear their lines, but the wayward pass goes straight to Clayton's feet, falling out to Joe, who takes a speculative shot. The ball trickles out to Clayton and Chris, who decide that they want to clear their lines, with the ball falling out to myself, Robert Austin. I take a couple of twists and turns, and I've got 3 players around me, and I'm able to get the ball at my feet to Chris. Chris then has the ball at his feet, and he plays it down to Joe, who then has the ball at his right hand side, and he takes a touch in before unleashing a vicious shot that should have been a corner, but it goes out for a goal kick. The high press is on from the team immediately after as Winkfield look to clear their lines, but there's a few too many bodies around number 7, who looks back up to play the ball out. Joe Sawyer's at hand to nick the ball away, but then Winkfield clear their lines again, with the ball falling out to one of their midfielders' feet. Winkfield have the ball at their feet for a little while now as they look to clear out. Their big lad in midfield takes a couple of touches, but his footwork isn't there as a wayward pass goes out to Joe. Joe takes a few touches himself before unleashing little Sammy down the right hand side, which is very good play from Joe. Sammy's got the ball at his feet and he takes a couple of touches in before unleashing a cross that falls straight into the goalkeeper's hands. Wanting to play out from the back quickly, Winkfield's keeper releases one of their defensive players who decides to hit the right hand channel for them. The ball falls out to the number 6, but he trips on the ball with Chris Marshall collecting well before squaring for Clayton Holloway. Clayton gets the ball out of his feet after a couple of touches and unleashes a shot which trickles straight to the keeper. Winkfield have a long throw-in opportunity and we're able to clear our lines the first time with the number 5 picking up the loose ball. He takes it past Joe before unleashing a cross into the box, but we're able to clear our lines with the headed clearance getting a big swerve in the wind, falling out to Sam Padden. Pads is unable to realistically get in front of the ball due to the wind before the number 7 mops up and plays it back to their goalkeeper. Their number 4 collects from the goalkeeper, who then first times it to the number 7, who takes one touch before setting it down the line. There's an opportunity for a flick on as the number 18 set through on goal, and just as he's through he collides with Jack Grosh in goal, but unfortunately for Winkfield, just as their penalty protests start to gather some steam, the flag's already gone up and the referee abides by our linesman's decision. With the game in extra time, Sam Padden collects the ball, but he's unable to get his shot off as he's slipping in front of the 6-yard box, with Winkfield looking to clear their lines. The ball falls out to Chris Marshall, who's got a lot of time on the ball, and he decides to drive into the left-hand channel. He takes a few touches up with Robert Austin and Joe Sawyer in support before he looks up and Winkfield win the ball back. Winkfield then play the ball back into their own penalty area with one of their defensive players picking up the ball, but he treads on the ball, freeing Joe Sawyer down the left-hand side. Joe takes one touch off and then unleashes a cross and a shot, which flashes out, and with the referee then pointing for the whistle. Joe Sawyer's last gasp effort was all she wrote as the referee blew for the full-time whistle, meaning we qualified for the last 16 of the competition, with the team being drawn at home against Premier Division outfit FC Beaconsfield. Our never-ending cup campaign of cup games continues next time out, with the squad in the inaugural game of the newly minted Legea Ultimate 11 Cup, with the blue and gold taking on the architects of the competition, Stoke Pogiers Saints, away from home. Until next time, believe the hype.